Damn!
Today's video is a lap time challenge guide for the Red Bull Ring featuring the Nissan Skyline Super Silhouette, which is this week's time trial. This video is going to show you how to get gold on the current time trial, earning you a total of 2 million credits in GT7. For this time attack, it's important to note that I'm using a controller, and I also have traction control 1 on. All other assists are off, and I do drive a manual transmission. So I don't consider myself a particular fast driver, so really anyone can gold these trials with enough practice. This guide will highlight some areas of the time trial that I found tricky and where you need to focus your effort in order to improve your time. This guide will be broken into 3 parts, 1 lap with commentary, an overview of the course and key sections to focus on, and a final lap with no commentary for you to use as a reference if needed. Alright, let's get into the trial. Be careful of the borders. This track is relatively unforgiving on the penalties, so you got to make sure that one tire is within the green line at all times. So here's our visual cue of where we're going to start braking. On this corner, we're going to brake at the 100. And here's my track positioning going into this corner. As you can see, we're on the brakes immediately. We're braking through the 50. Now we're going to start laying off on the brake, and I'm already hitting gas as I'm covering over the apex. And again, just a call out on track positioning. So full tilt on the gas on the apex of the corner, accelerating through, and maintaining control, riding the ridge if needed, and full acceleration out. The next section of the track is another important corner. So once again, we've got our visual of the 100. That's our brake point. And we're going full brake, as you can see right here. And you're gonna watch, I'm gonna roll a bit late here. So here's my visual marker on this corner. Basically, I'm rolling as soon as I see that. Again, full brake. I'm now laying off on the brake before the apex, and I'm on the accelerator before the apex, coming out of that corner because of the turbo lag with this car. So what's tricky about this time trial specifically is the turbo lag on the car. So not only do you have pretty demanding corners, but you need to exit them at a high speed with a car that accelerates slowly, and that's the tough part. Here's our other visual marker. It's the 100 mark again. This corner, you're going to see me make a bit of a mistake. In most of my runs, I've been running this in gear 3 and accelerating out a bit slower. You're going to see here that I downshift to gear 2 now. If you'll notice, I'm starting to lose the corner, so I downshift to right it and then shift up again when I can. In retrospect, I think I probably lost half a second here. I think if you took this corner, if you could enter it in a gear 3, you'd be better off. And for the next section here, again, visual on the 50 for braking. I didn't slow this part down. It's a fairly easy standard course. Just stay on the outside wherever you can. Up here again, same thing. Lightly on the brakes to maintain, and then full acceleration out. Now, note the track positioning here. Again, hugging the green line wherever I can. Just keep one wheel on the inside. Coming through on the final section. So again, this one is another one that's a bit tricky. So there's your visual for the braking on the 100 again. So right after the 100, I'm on the brakes hard just for a second. I'm now off the brakes, and I'm actually going to gear down the car to gear 3 just to rotate the car through the corner. And as you can see, right as I come around and I touch the left side of this track, I'm going to be full throttle. Now, here's a quick visual. This is probably as close as you can cut it. So this one, I was surprised I didn't get a penalty. The tires were just on the inside. So be careful on that last corner. It is tough to cut, you will get a penalty. And then full acceleration, riding the left borderline, right to the exit. And that's it. So I put together a quick overview of the race, which I think might be helpful. Let me know in the comments below. But this is really where you want to put in your effort and where you can potentially make up considerable time on the track. So turns 1 and 2 are by far the most important. The good news is you can just restart if you're not happy with your times. So load up the leader's ghost and just keep plugging away at these 2 corners until you're happy with your exit and straightaway speed. The rest of the course really isn't technical, and it's fairly easy to complete without issue. For the bulk of the corners, my preference was to remain in 3rd gear. The exception is turn number 2. The rest of the track, the car accelerates nicely out of 3rd. The biggest thing you can do to help your times on this track is to accelerate early, full throttle on the apex because of this car's inherent turbo lag. Final piece of advice would be to watch your boundaries in section 4 and 5. You can maintain a lot of speed in these sections, but you need to keep 2 wheels inside that green line at all times. So this content is somewhat different than my usual videos. If you enjoyed it and you feel I've earned it, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll potentially look at providing more guides in the future if you find this helpful. As always, thanks for your time, and I'll see you in the next one.